Bam, here we are, SalesHood Live. I'm sitting here with the most amazing, most beautiful Joanne Black. Here we are. I'm making you blush already. I love it.
You are.
You're spectacular. Thanks for being here with us.
Oh, it's always a treat to talk to you, Eli.
You know, we're just gonna jump right in. I love your books. Pick up the damn phone. Fabulous. No more cold calling. These are great books for anyone out there that is selling and you know, picking up the phone and calling, trying to make it happen, right?
Absolutely.
Who should read your books?
Sales leaders particularly,
Yeah.
and every salesperson. And they get something from it, and people who know me, and if you're watching this, they say it's like I'm talking to them. They hear my voice.
That's great.
Yeah.
You know, it's very personable. I think the books are special in that way. And, you know, so I know you as the authoritative expert in referral selling. What does that mean? what does referral selling mean, and how did you become an expert in referral selling? Let's start there.
First, let me define it. So my definition of referral selling
Yeah.
is you receive an introduction. You know, the tendency is just to get a name. And, you know, I don't debate, sometimes that works, but there's nothing like being introduced to someone. Just think about it. You know, when you're introduced to the person you want to meet, there's a lot of trust involved there. So I'm only going to introduce you if I know you're going to take care of my connection as I would. You're going to make me look good,
Yeah.
right? You're
Yeah.
going to follow through. You can do everything right because my reputation's on the line. So the trust my contact has with me transfers to you.
Huh. So referral selling is about making a warm introduction with someone that I know,
Yes.
but trust is so critical.
That's the only way business is done and friendships are made, is
Yeah.
with trust. So absolutely. And how did I get there?
Yeah.
Well, the short answer is I worked for 2 different consulting firms, and my first client when I left was from a referral. So I started thinking about it, and I said, wait a minute, my best business came from referrals and all my years of selling and managing sales teams. So I started to ask a lot of salespeople and sales execs I knew, do you like to get referrals?
Yeah.
And they said, yeah. Right?
Exactly. Who doesn't?
Well, I said, why?
Right.
Right? So they said to me, well, we're pre-sold, they trust us, the sales process shortens, we don't have competition, or rarely, and the conversion rate from prospect to client is well more than 50%. Most people say it's 70% plus. And nothing comes close to that. So then Eli asked the next question.
Yeah.
Do you have a referral methodology, a system with a strategy, with metrics, with skills, with accountability for results? You can guess the answer to the question.
Yeah, crickets, I assume. People are like, whoa, that's a lot.
That's a lot. But it's not just, oh, you can go tell your people. So what happened was, on the one hand, people were telling me it's the best business.
Right.
And in the other, it's happenstance, but that's not a good way to sell. So I had to figure out what got in the way. And so that's how I close the gap
Yeah.
and make referral selling the way we work.
No, I love it. I love it. You know, personally, here at SalesHood, we're big believers. And, you know, we built our business on referrals. You know, I was fortunate to have a great career at Salesforce, and a lot of sales leaders today, you know, experience the programs that I'd created when I was over there. And guess what? When they come out, they're looking for a referral on enablement. And so, and our customers love us, and they refer their friends and colleagues. So huge believer. When we were at Salesforce, we had a whole way of thinking. We used to call it connect the dots. And we used to also call it users sell for you. You know, and the way it worked was we would systematically train and coach all of our salespeople, this is salesforce.com, right? To, in every one of their sales pursuits, to ask and look for other customers who can refer you in, right? That's what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Right, so how to systematically, it's hard. It's hard to like transform cultures to kind of think that way. Because they think about it,
Yeah.
but then how do they do it? So what does good referral selling look like?
It means that, again, you get the introduction, but here's what happens today. Many sales leaders say, well, I tell my people to go get referrals.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Because we think it's that simple. It could be, but it's not.
Right.
So when you talk about a system and methodology, what it takes is what I said. You need to have a strategy, like anything worth doing. The metrics and the KPIs have to match, and many times they don't. But referral selling is a behavior change. It's a skill. And with any skill, it takes learning, it takes practice, it takes feedback, it takes coaching and reinforcement. And without that, referrals will still come in, of course. But as salespeople and sales leaders, our role is to make them happen, because nobody got good at sitting and waiting.
Right. No, so if I'm a VP sales, what are some metrics or KPIs I can put into place in my company to help increase the volume of referral selling that my people are doing?
Well, the first thing you need to do is build their skills, because
Fair.
without that, your KPIs don't mean anything.
So we'll get to the skills.
Right. Yeah, we'll get to that. But for the KPIs, it's the metrics are both activity and results metrics, and we know you can't manage the results. So I focus heavily on the activity metrics.
Got it.
It's who are you going to ask this week? This week,
That's
and
a
the
great
minimum's
question.
one.
Let's repeat that. Who are you going to ask this week? And minimum's one.
The
At least
minimum's
one.
Well, if you don't ask, you don't get. I mean, it's really that simple, right? So that's what has to happen first. And when I'm coaching people, it's who are you going to ask, but not just taking a name. But what are you going to talk to them about? How are you going to position it? It's a whole opportunity to coach people on the ask. So that's one.
The ask is hard.
It is
It's
hard.
a leap for a lot of folks out there.
Oh, here's why it's a leap. And it doesn't matter whether you're new to sales or a
Right.
sales veteran. It's because referral selling is the most personal kind of selling we can do. I mean, think about it. We put our reputation on the line,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we need to make sure, like I said, you'll take care of this other person. And the biggest fear is the person might say no, right? I'm not going to refer you. Well, then you're going to think, oh, they don't like the way I, styled my hair,
Yeah.
right? They don't like the little pocket
Thank you
kerchief,
very
right?
much.
Whatever. I mean, so we take it very personally. And that has held people back for years from asking. Or they'll say something, what I call stupid, like, well, if you know anyone who could benefit from my services, please let them know. Well, that does absolutely nothing except we checked it off our list. Therefore,
That wouldn't be a good metric or KPI.
no.
That doesn't sound specific enough.
No, it's
and,
not.
And intentional enough.
But the way they get past that is
Yeah.
by building the skills and practicing. So the first KPI is how many people, who am I going to ask this week? And we take names. Second, how many referrals did I receive? Third is how many referral meetings did I schedule?
Wow.
And then how many referral meetings did I conduct? And then it goes in the CRM and however you want to play
Absolutely.
it through. But those are the metrics, because if you don't ask, you're not going to get the results.
Yeah. So those are specific activities that can
That's
be
right.
easily set up in your CRM, Salesforce, Microsoft, whatever, and you can track it. So you can coach the VP sales to kind of prioritize those activities. I love it. They're really, really purposeful, really, really, really intentional. And then if I'm an individual sales rep, how do I get over the fear of rejection, the fear that someone's going to say no? It's scary.
It is scary, but you do get over it, because when you build skills and practice,
Yeah.
you're good at it. But here's what people don't think about, Eli. They don't think about, well, someone you knew well, could be professionally or personally, asked you to help them out. Did you do it? Yeah, everybody says, yes, of course I did.
Yeah.
But we don't think the opposite. They do the same for us. So it's a shift in our thinking.
I got it. And so the shift in the thinking is, how about some tactics, right? So if I'm an individual rep or manager and I want to ask someone for a referral, am I sending them an email? Am I doing an in-mail message? What would you recommend? I see the name of your book, pick up the damn phone.
Yeah, but
There's a
look
big
at the
hint there.
subtitle, How People, Not Technology, Seal the Deal.
Right.
And that's the important part. Never, ever, ever, ever ask in any in any digital format. That's my point of view. People push back on that. They say they have success doing it. But here's the thing. we miss an opportunity to talk to that person. If you offer to refer me, Eli,
Yeah.
I want to talk to you because I want to find out, get all this intel. What's this person like? What's meaningful to her? What do you think would resonate with her? What's your relationship? Is she your sister, a next door neighbor, or someone you used to work with? So that's going to give me a background that I can't get anyplace else. Because on LinkedIn, we only know what we put on there.
Right.
Right? You don't know all of the nuances of someone. And that's the way to do it, to ask. Because if you don't know someone well enough to ask for a referral, you don't know them well enough. You have to call. You have to call. And people aren't doing it, so everybody's super fast today.
Super
right?
fast.
Right? And they just say, well, just got to write and ask and ask. It works. I'm not saying it doesn't. But as a salesperson, what I've missed out on is getting intel that nobody else has.
So if I'm a VP sales and I want to set up the metrics and the KPIs, and I've got my activities, how do I coach and train my team to be focused on the quality versus the quantity of referrals?
When you ask for a referral,
Yeah.
you're going to ask for exactly what you want. So business is still going to come in. So people sometimes think, oh, I can't do it all through referrals.
Right.
No, of course, business is going to come in. You're going to get it in a lot of different ways. Sometimes somebody will refer you. They respond to a marketing play, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But we need to be asking all the time and being proactive. And when we ask for exactly what we want. So we're going to ask very specifically for a person,
Yeah.
a level in the company. But if we know the specific person, absolutely. Who's our ideal client? We need to be absolutely clear. And it's counterintuitive, Eli, because people think, oh, I need to say so much so that I broaden my horizon. The reverse is true. The more specific we are, it's easier for the person to think of someone if we haven't given them a name. So if I said to you, oh, Eli, I work in all industries, software, hardware, consulting, banking, investments, financial planning, on and on and on. And, anywhere in the United States, and it could be, and it just go on, you have no clue.
Yeah.
But if I were very specific with you about the industry, the size of the company,
Yeah.
the person I want to meet, and I've already checked on LinkedIn to see if you're connected.
So by the way, let's not go quickly on that one. Like, I know you're connected.
No, I don't. Oh, you don't? Oh, well, I'm connected, but you don't know the relationship.
No, I don't know the depth, but I'm saying, but at least there's a connection. Presumably?
No, people accept LinkedIn invitations all the time. They have no idea who these people are.
Right. But so, for example, if I'm going to ask you for a referral,
Yeah.
I'm going to say, hey, really looking for a referral. Appreciate your business. Appreciate being a partner with you, and would love to have a referral. And here's a kind of referral that would mean a lot to us. And I list out person A, B, C, and I would say, could I go as far as saying, like someone that I saw you're connected with, but not sure what the relationship is. Am I going too far? How am I doing?
No, that's great. Keep
So
going.
this is the way, and then I'd suggest a name.
Yeah, and so that's how I use email. Actually, I'll write to them and say, I'm curious, do you know this person? And sometimes they say, I have no clue.
Right.
But they'll say, what are you looking for? And then we get on the phone and we have a conversation.
But you started with email.
Well, to make
I'm kidding.
make sure they know the person. But I'm not asking for a referral through email.
Yes. We love LinkedIn. That's LinkedIn's small little issue. You don't really know the strength of the relationship with all the connections that we have.
Right.
And so then what happens? So in our simulated role play where I've suggested a name and you come back and you say, yeah, I know that person very well. Then where does it go next?
Then you're going to pick up the damn phone and talk to me.
Right.
And you're going to find out how I know the person, all the things we talked about.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then am I writing a note on your behalf, or are you writing a note? There's a pros and cons. I'm curious to get your thoughts.
So I'm referring you or you're referring me?
That's a good question. I've forgotten as well. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No.
I've asked you for a referral.
Okay. So what?
Fabulous.
So the best way to do it, doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
Is you've asked me, I say yes. I know Sue really well. The best thing for me to do is either call Sue or send an email to her and say, I'd like to introduce you to Eli Cohen, and I'd send your LinkedIn profile. And I'd explain why, explain the business reason why.
So you're asking permission first.
Yeah, and in a
Permission
way, but it's not
is
really permission. It's just kind of getting their okay because they know me.
So you're getting their okay.
Getting their okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
But that doesn't happen a lot of time. What most people do is just send an email. I would send it to Sue.
Yeah.
I copy you, and I make the introduction. That works. A lot of people don't want to take that extra step.
No, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to. And then ideally there's probably some, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Has to happen. I think all too often I'll get used for a referral. I'll get pinged by someone and it's out of context. I don't understand. And then if I'm not informed as a potential person that's going to be a referral, if I'm not informed and I don't understand the play or the reason, then how do I really help you, right? How does that work?
Right. No, you have to know the business reasons. I'm
gotta
going to
know
introduce you because you're a nice guy and you wear a pocket handkerchief. I'm going to introduce you because of the impact you have on companies, on why the biggest challenge that everybody has today is adoption, and how SalesHood can make sure that happens within companies. There's a valid business reason for that introduction. And that's why someone's going to talk to you. That's why I'm going to introduce you.
Yeah. You have so much knowledge on this. And how do people get a hold of you? How do people learn more about you and your experiences? We've got your 2 books here again. Pick Up the Damn Phone, How People, Not Technology, Seal the Deal. Love it, by Joanne Black. And then we have another great book here, No More Cold Calling. These are spectacular books with a lot of great endorsements on the back, and really every word in these books are made. But there's more than the books that you've got, right? There's people can reach out to you. So tell us, how do we find you?
Well, I love to talk to people, of course.
Of course you do, right?
So
and to coach people.
My phone number is 415.
Oh my God.
That's a Pacific time zone for all of you who.
Phone number.
415-461-8763.
Oh my God.
My email is Joanne, Joanne, at nomorecoldcalling.com, and go to my website, nomorecoldcalling.com. But what I'd love is for people to invite me to connect with them on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And this is how. LinkedIn is a place to begin a conversation, to begin relationships. Don't click the button inviting you to my professional network.
Right, without
Please
personalizing it.
personalize it and tell me that you saw this conversation and you'd like to connect.
You'll get an instant connection at that point, and you'll get a friend forever.
There you go.
But you're doing great work in the industry, and you're working with a lot of great companies. And you've just launched a new learning program on LinkedIn as well. You want to talk about that a little bit?
So LinkedIn Learning, actually I got there from a referral.
Of course you did.
And my first job out of college was a referral when I thought back on that. So that is, I developed the course. It's my course, but broke it into little mini segments, 3 to 5 minute videos, and filmed it at their professional studios.
That's great.
And it's transcribed as well, and it has my handouts. But the key is that you have to do the exercises if you're going to get good.
Yep, you got practice.
Yeah, and there's no reinforcement and coaching around it. So that really ensures adoption. It's a great way for people to learn.
Yeah.
But then how do you make it part of your culture, right? And that takes time, and it takes serious looking at what needs to happen. So if people take the course, like it, give me a call or send me an email, and let's talk about what needs to happen next.
Absolutely. So thank you. Before we wind down, I wanted to, so for the sales leaders out there and the VPs of sales and CEOs that are interested in operationalizing referral selling into their businesses and making it, become a real part of their culture and their cadence, what advice would you give them? How would you work with them?
I have a conversation first.
With that person.
That person.
So if referral selling is something you're thinking about, the phone number was listed earlier, so have a conversation.
And I always share best practices.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I do because referrals work, and sales leaders are hungry for learning how to make this work for their team. So it's not just happenstance, but it becomes the way we work. The definition of culture, I don't know who said it, Eli, but I love it the most, is culture is what happens when no one's looking.
Right. It's beautiful.
So that doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen. It takes work and it happens. And I would love to see referral cultures within as many companies as possible.
Yeah, it's almost like the KPIs and metrics need to not exist. It just needs to be a practice that everybody spends in the morning, in the afternoon, that when they've got downtime, they're picking up the phone, they're calling their customers, they're asking for referrals. That's how we sell. That's how we build relationships. We just gotta get more people doing that.
Well, and what's great for me is I'm talking to people who want to talk to me every day.
Yeah.
And that's what makes sales so rewarding.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
This is such a treat. You know, we've got a leader here in the industry, a world-renowned expert in referral selling, author, coach, and friend to many VPs of sales on the planet. We're so grateful to have you here. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Eli.
Everyone, we're signing off. SalesHood Live. Till the next one.